Okay, guys, it's 90s rewind. Yay! So, for my second episode, I thought I'd do a popular book, X-Men #1. We all love this comic book. This was one of my favorites growing up, and I've always bought copies when I could. Is the X-Men versus Crusaders. And I want to get into kind of the good and bad, and I'll give you my Joe's final thought at the end. So, so at the time of release, when people were ordering this, retail account there was like 8 million copies ordered and sold around the world. But the actual number I found out was closer to 3 million sold in America, between U.S., Canada, and whatnot, because this was a very highly sought after book, especially this one. I do buy these copies whenever I can find them in the wild, just because they are so popular. I got quite a few different connecting ones for the runs of this. I'm really happy I got these in my collection. I've collected this for all my life as well. So let's get into the good. So, like I said, historically, this sold a lot of copies and very highly collectible amongst us collectors. And it's always good to have these in high grade. And I'll give you guys a spotlight. I believe this is a near mint copy. I try and buy only the highest grade copy for these. This covers a new team with Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, joining the X-Men with Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman. So it's a bit of a different team, new team missions and all that. This is technically the gold team for this comic, which is really cool. So this comic actually helped pave the way for the 90s X-Men animation, because without this book, I don't think the X-Men would have been animated, because this sold and brought the future of the X-Men to prominent, which is pretty good. At some point the X-Men kind of fell flat, and then they did the relaunch for this, and for historically, I'm glad this comic came into out there, because when I was buying these in my younger years, I really loved the connecting cover with all five of them. So so if you can't find these in the wild, you can probably find them on auctions and all of that. They're still around. There's people always selling for whatever reason. So now let's get into the bad points. Well, there's lots of the artwork by Jim Lee's really good. The writing's good. Action scenes are good. There's not much to story tell, because there's so much fighting and whatnot. Just basically X-Men versus the bad guys and trying to win the day as usual. So it is what it is. With so many copies being sold, it over flooded the market, and there's lots of them out there. So you should be able to find them even for decent low to mid grade, under $5, which is still pretty good. You could, if you're a presser, you can press them out and get a high grade. So there's some good and bad points. While Chris Claremont did a lot of writing on X-Men during the 80s, which was really excellent, he may not have caught up to the times in the 90s, and people are thought that he did not bring his talent quite up to spec for them. So overall, if X-Men #1 is highly collected and sought after, like my collectors himself, and like I say, I'm always trying to collect these, and I really love X-Men, one of my favorite superhero groups next to Fantastic Four. So I'm glad I've got many copies of these, and I do love reading this book. It like I say, it's great. But collect what you like. Don't listen to me. I just share my thoughts and opinions of books. So, but for 90s Rewind, I wanted to showcase this one because it's very special to me, and this is one of my favorites along with the Magneto one. And this is direct, not newsstand, so I don't have the newsstand for these ones, unfortunately, because they're worth more as well. So remember, always try to get newsstand as well. So like and follow me on all social media. Thanks, guys.